So we found out we were pregnant in May of last year, and we were so excited. We were ready for the next step, starting a family. And during our week 13 ultrasound, we found out about gastroschisis.
Gastroschisis is when it's determined the baby's intestines are starting to develop on the outside of the abdomen. So normally the intestines will come out during development, twist around, and then go back into the abdomen, and the abdomen closes over. In a gastroschisis, you're left with your intestine on the outside, and it stays out throughout the entire rest of the pregnancy.
I think we were super naive when we first got pregnant in thinking that everything was going to be okay. And so finding out that, well, one, being pregnant, something new is scary already. And then finding out that you have a complication like this, it just heightened our level of worry.
We were in shock when we found out because we've never heard of gastroschisis ever. And it's pretty scary when you're told your child has a defect.
So we got a referral from the maternal fetal medicine team for the Prels, and because there was something found on ultrasound, and we reached out to them to get them scheduled to meet with Dr. Mueller and Dr. Retizik and our neonatal special services team pretty quickly. A lot of parents will find that a consult early on is very helpful to decrease their anxiety, just get more information on what they're facing.
I called Alyssa that day. There were some tears, and he talked about, meeting our team with Dr. Retizik and Dr. Mueller, Michelle, and myself to just discuss, our course of action, what we do while she's pregnant, what it looks like once the baby is born, and how we care for that baby and resolve the situation.
I first got involved with the Prels because of a prenatal diagnosis that was picked up by our maternal fetal medicine team on a routine ultrasound. And that is extremely common for these anomalies that we see, anatomic anomalies, that they're picked up. And, one of the happiest times of families' lives, of parents' lives, right? You're going to have your routine ultrasound, you're going to take a look, and you're going to get your film and a little picture of your baby, and that's very exciting. But sometimes things show up that are unexpected.
And we had a plan too. We knew exactly what was happening. Dad was to go with the baby. Dr. Mueller made it very clear that Dad could be in the room with him at all times.
And then the NICU staff on the day of delivery gave us the step-by-step of what was going to happen as soon as he was born.
We were really familiar with everything, and there was kind of no curveballs thrown at us day of.
I think the team is unmatched. I think that the way that people work together and the pride that they take in their work and delivering the highest quality care just makes it like no place. Like, you're really proud to work there, and you're extremely proud to be part of that team.
So I think what makes the neonatal ICU here at California Pacific Medical Center so special is that we are one of the 2 regional referral centers for the Sutter network. And with that, we have specialized care coordination, not only for the neonates, but also for all of the surgical and other subspecialties that are really necessary to take care of babies like this.
The families that do have to experience the neonatal ICU at CPMC can feel that sense of camaraderie and teamwork, and that everybody is working together in the right direction to give them and their family the best outcome and get them home as quickly as possible.
I would say in particular, the Neonatal Special Service is an exceptional program because we have a very deep knowledge on what it takes to take care of these babies both before they get to the neonatal ICU and then after. That's really kind of key.
Alyssa gave birth. Unfortunately, Alyssa didn't even really get a chance to see Coby. We had probably 7 to 8 NICU staff in the delivery room with us, with the NICU bed ready to go. And so as soon as he came out, they put him in the bed. Then I would say probably within 10 minutes, they were wheeling him over to the NICU room to give him surgery.
There's no repair for gastroschisis in utero. We take care of it after they're born. So they're born either vaginally or by C-section, whatever is, indicated. And then we, as the neonatal team who attend the delivery, we take the baby and we put them in a plastic bag to protect the bowel. So it's a sterile bag that we put the baby in all the way up to the abdomen, and it keeps them warm, keeps them from losing as much fluid, and protect it until we get them back into the NICU where we, assess for repair.
With the gastroschisis, we just don't know how much is going to be out. It is variable each time, and even despite the fact that we have so many different scans and ultrasounds and MRIs, we still can't accurately predict how much is going to be out until we actually see it.
And I would say within 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most after he was born, everything was back inside of his body.
So in this particular case, we were able to get all of it back in right away. That's not always the case.
We were able to fit everything back in that initial few hours after birth. And then I believe the next day he had his breathing tube taken out and he was on Alyssa's chest being held for the first time, like within a day of life, which is pretty amazing.
We can't really predict that. You can't promise that to any family. What we can promise is that we're there and we're paying attention to the journey and we're trying to lighten their load, and we treat their babies like our babies, and we make decisions and recommendations the way we would do for our own family members.